Warm-up group number 2 underway. There are 3 Russian teams in this Grand Prix final. Now here, taking a look at the top team, or at least half of them, Alexandra Baikova, Dmitry Kozlovsky from Russia. They're in second place, but only by less than a point. And I think at the start of the season, if you had predicted that these two would be the ones pushing Sui and Han, the reigning world champions, at this point early on in the year, it may have been a surprise pick. But here they are, and they have been so consistent, but also evolving the maturity of their skating this year.
And I think because they're so young, it's fair to, every time they skate, ask, is this going to be the time where they falter a little bit? But to be totally honest, they have answered that question consistently and so thoroughly, having competed, especially in Russia, in front of the home crowd, against the favorite Russian team from the past few seasons, and Tarasova and Morozov, and beating them quite handily. I think that they are just so well trained. They know they can handle these pressure situations.
Well, and they proved that at the World Championships. They were 6th in their debut there at the end of last season. And so time after time, they have taken the step up and shown no wear for being under these increasingly strenuous circumstances. And they have been putting the pressure on in this competition to Sui Wenjing and Han Song from China, the reigning world champions, no doubt the most dominant team in the world right now. They bring the quality that all others aspire to, but if they open the door, there is a chance for Baikova and Kozlovsky to pass them because it is so tight after the short program.
Something they seem to be struggling with a little bit in the short program. We caught glimpses of their throw triple flip in the warm-up, and then again in their short program, they just she didn't look comfortable on the landing 3 times in a row. And here we get another look at it, actually, and...
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
She just had to sleep on it.
She was just waiting for me to bring that up.
So the final warm-up group here in the pairs free skate has come to an end, and the first team taking their final moments now before heading to center ice. The 2018 World Junior Champions in their 2nd year at the senior level and their 2nd appearance at the Grand Prix final. They lead the way in this final group. From Russia, Daria Pavlyuchenko and Denis Khodikin.
Gosh, and on a back cross roll, she just catches her heel and goes down hard, not losing much time, though she needs to refocus because one of the most difficult elements here in their program, side-by-side triple flip.
Wow. Talk about grit.
Time to relax though, side-by-side, triple toe, double toe, double toe. I guess that's how you recover. My goodness. Sideways, right in the air, not able to hold on to that landing. soft landing of that throw triple loop. It's going to be important for them to try to keep up the speed in the end of this program. It feels like they're slowing way down, managing these lifts.
This is a team who has entered all of their events clearly conditioned, but there's something to be said for the amount of energy that's exerted when you're recovering from a mistake. Even from that opening silly fall that she made, you're just expending so much more getting back up and back on track.
Well, very interesting performance here. Strong side-by-side jumps coming off of a very weird fall as she was preparing to get speed. Just right off the top, so strange. Just about flipped over. And as you said, so hard to recover from that, especially energy-wise, because it takes a lot of emotional energy out of you to recognize like what just happened and then refocus on what you need to do.
And if we feel like that was a bit of a roller coaster to watch, just imagine the ups and downs that they felt throughout that one performance. Daria Pavlyuchenko and Denis Hadikin from Russia. Disappointing free skate. We'll have the numbers in a moment. Welcome back inside the Torino Palavela. Daria Pavlyuchenko and Denis Hadikin in the free skate here, Grand Prix final, not being able to perform those technical elements the way they'd hoped, but it seemed like off the bat they were able to get things back on track after this incredible fall.
I mean, that is just... I would almost guarantee she's never done that before in her entire life, fallen like that. That was such a freak thing.
And how do you have the wind knocked out of you and then turn around and do a triple flip like that?
With an incredible landing. Here we see the throw triple flip just sideways right off the bat. An unfortunate fall, a bit of an awkward slide, not able to recover. And I think, too, what stands out to me, the integrity of this program so much relies on doing every single element essentially perfect. There's not a lot of interesting transitions. There's not a lot of relationship between the two of them. I'm not sure what they're trying to sort of show with this program. And part of that, it's okay. You know, they're young and they have room to mature. Incredible throw there. Throw triple loop.
And it feels like a program which could stand artistically even if it was from top to bottom, full speed ahead, efficient or proficient with the landings and the jump elements, but as soon as that starts to unravel, so does whatever was left of the composition of the program.
Yeah, they just have to find ways to smooth out their transitions. I'd like to see a little bit more matching from them in their extensions, in their arms.
And even just in things like crossovers towards the end, we're getting out of unison, and that's just where you see their inexperience creep in. So 119.59, the disappointing free skate score, the 2 points deduction there for the two falls in the choreography and on the throw, and well off, about 10 points lower from their season's best, and they move into fourth place, rounding out this pack, and that is unlikely to change now with just two teams remaining. Two teams left to go. First up, a team who were really the surprise, maybe underdog hopefuls for the gold medal here, but now find themselves in a very realistic position to nab at least a silver, but perhaps a gold medal at the Grand Prix final. Alexandra Boykova and Dmitry Kozlovsky from Russia.
About this team, the landings of their side-by-side jumps, just an entire circle dedicated to that landing will be reflected in the grade of execution score from the judges. And a mistake from her, landing the triple toe, and singling the first in the double toe combination. Probably not a lot of room for errors if they want to challenge for the gold medal.
Already opening the door a little bit with the few mistakes here and there. Really, they most likely needed a great skate and for Swain Han to falter to win this event, but if they do, they could become the youngest pairs champions in Grand Prix final history and the youngest at any international competition of this level since the legendary Gordieva and Grinkov. That's pretty impressive company.
Hold on to the landing of that throw triple loop. Really struggling with that lift. Just did not look comfortable. Able to save it, frankly. Keep anything dangerous from happening. Great strength shown there. Again, just very uncomfortable, slowing way down. Disappointing free skate. Those lifts at the end, I think, really showing that perhaps emotionally drained after an interesting and difficult Grand Prix series. And that can happen, especially with a young team, just finding out how to time things. And what comes to mind immediately is that their last Grand Prix was in Russia, and it was such a triumphant moment for them there to be able to show that they had the ability to be the top Russian team. I wonder if they sort of ran out of steam.
Still just 17 and 19 years old. Baikova and Kozlowski will have their numbers after the break. Welcome back to the Grand Prix final. It was an incredibly disappointing free skate. It started out not too badly, and then with every little mistake, their confidence and their stamina just seemed to be chipped away. A team of this caliber, I'd say this is about as close to a meltdown as you can come.
Yeah, absolutely. And part of that, just it has to be just their youth. And you could see just she was so far back on the landing of that first triple toe, not able to get good height or torque into the first double toe, able to stick on the second one. Good for her, good fight there. A little bit under rotated, and the grade of execution score, of course, will go way down. But I think as I was watching this, I was struck by him. He's usually so strong and capable in those lifts, and so it can really be a timing thing and also just a focus when, frankly, it started to become a little bit dangerous.
Yeah.
As she was going up into those positions, you could see his feet just did not look well managed.
And I don't know if we'll have a chance to look at that second to last lift where she was reaching for his hand, trying to get security in the change of position, and his balance just wasn't there to offer it to her. Somehow they salvaged completing the amount of rotations they needed. There is some experience to be shown there, to be certain, but this is a performance undoubtedly they'd like to forget.
And you know what, frankly, also a great learning opportunity.
Remember, they were less than a point away from gold heading into this free skate. And we've seen a number of strong performances. They would need a 127.63 and to be in first so far, but that score will put them in fourth in the free skate. And will they be able to hold on for a medal with one team left? And unless something so unexpected we can't imagine it happens, they have moved off the podium because Sui and Han are left to skate, and they are currently in third place. So Peng and Jin still in great position. Now they will be guaranteed a medal at the Grand Prix final. The reigning world champions taking the final spotlight now. And somehow with 2 world gold medals, 2 world silver medals, and an Olympic silver medal, they have never won the Grand Prix final. Now the stage is set for them to do it with just about any skate that they put out here in reality.
Constantly tell skaters it's less what you do and more how you do it, and I think these two are an ideal representation of putting everything they have into every movement, every element, just effortless. Struggled after the landing of that triple toe. Hard to see exactly what he managed. But you can see the grade of execution there in the red. some mistakes in the program. It's important they hit this throw triple flip. Good timing. Not exactly the performance you would expect from one of the greatest pair teams of this generation, Sui and Han. Multiple mistakes, most likely good enough to put them into first place, but perhaps a wake-up call for them for the rest of the season.
I think that's very true, and like you said, of course, likely to win nonetheless with the performances that have gone ahead of them, but they would have loved to have won with a lot more authority than what this program gave them.
And I think as spectators and fans, it was a little bit of a rough free skate all around this event. Not what I think we would have expected after some really strong short programs.
At this final warm-up group, just something in the air, perhaps the pressure, even for a team like Sui and Han to know that Bykova and Kotlovsky were nipping at their heels. You just never know, and whether it be that or something else, it was just a bit of a tougher go, and it was interesting for me to see a team like Sui and Han have to start concentrating on the execution of their elements towards the end, because that's something which they have spoiled me with as a viewer, as a fan, that you don't normally see that.
They're opening split triple twist, level 4, positive GOEs. Here the side-by-side triple toes. He's just too far forward on the landing. He loses all of his speed, not able to get up into the rotations to do the double toe, just the single toe.
And like was the case in the short program, there were some bobbles in between the most difficult elements as well. So it wasn't just mistakes like popping this sow. It was a little bit in the pair spin, a little bit in the choreography here and there, and that too is unexpected, in particular from this team.
Absolutely, and both of us have competed under the circumstance where the person before us has really struggled. And I think there's an energy in the arena, you can sense it. Probably they heard the score, and it's another thing to try to overcome in an already stressful environment.
Having said that, there were moments like that throw triple sow cow which just exemplified their superiority.
And the throw triple flip.
Yeah.
Coming off a day where it seemed like they were really struggling with that, and they needed that in this program.
I think I could fall asleep to the sound of her jump landing, because the way her blade catches the ice and just carves out that run of edge is a beautiful thing as a skating nerd, as I am. So Sui Wenjing and Han Song now awaiting the scores. Remember, there were a number of mistakes in that program, so there'll be some reviews here from the technical panel as they finalize all of those scores. They need a 126.78 to win, so we certainly know that they're capable of that, and as they skated off the ice, the technical score box showed that they were well within reach of achieving what they need to secure gold here, and it would be their first ever gold at the Grand Prix final. Oh yes, 134.19, so second in the free skate, but with the lead they had after the short program, that'll do it to put them on the top of the leaderboard. And they know it's enough, but they're not happy with that performance.
Yeah,
and
not the way you want to win.
Not accustomed to see a number 2 next to their name either, with the level of skating that they've been giving. But perhaps a wake-up call, as you said, Charlie, to address whatever led them to struggle in a way we haven't seen from them lately at this competition. So that'll do it for the pairs competition. Sui and Han, the reigning world champions, adding another gold medal, and China goes 1-2. Peng and Jing with another silver medal at the Grand Prix final in consecutive years. As we wrap our coverage, a reminder, you can watch every stop of the Grand Prix Series and major competitions commercial-free and on demand with the NBC Sports Gold Figure Skating Pass. Learn more at NBCSports.com/skating. For Charlie White, I'm Tanith White. So long from the Grand Prix Final.